The U.S. military reportedly spread anti-vax propaganda in the Philippines. NASA's 47-year-old Voyager 1 probe is back in action. And Pixar and Getty are making an AI image generator entirely trained on licensed content. It's Monday, June 17th, and this is Engadget News. The U.S. military used fake social media accounts to spread propaganda that was designed to discredit China's COVID-19 vaccine in the Philippines during the height of the pandemic. That's according to a bombshell report from Reuters. The anti-vax campaign ran from spring 2020 until mid-2021 and was intended to counter what the Pentagon perceived as China's growing influence in the Philippines. The Philippines saw low vaccination rates through 2021, even months after China's Sinovac vaccine arrived in the area, and recorded nearly 50,000 COVID deaths by November of that year. In one example of the U.S.'s anti-vax messaging cited by Reuters, an account in 2020 tweeted, "COVID came from China, and the vaccine also came from China. Don't trust China." The campaign also pushed the narrative that China's vaccines were haram, or forbidden under Islamic law, because of a pig derivative in the ingredients. Former military officials who spoke with Reuters said the Pentagon had propaganda accounts on X, Facebook, and Instagram, and was warned in late 2020 by Facebook executives that the accounts had been identified and were acting in violation of the platform's policies. Some of these accounts, however, ultimately were not taken down after the Pentagon said it would stop using them for its anti-vax campaign. Reuters notified X of at least 300 accounts it found during its investigation that appeared to be part of the operation. These were determined to be bots and removed. According to Reuters, the campaign was launched after the Chinese government made unfounded claims that the COVID-19's spread could be traced back to the U.S. In a statement to the publication, a Pentagon spokesperson brought up China's disinformation campaign and said the military uses a variety of platforms, including social media, to counter those malign influence attacks aimed at the U.S., allies, and partners. NASA engineers have managed to get the long-running Voyager 1 space probe fully back in working order after some 7 months of technical difficulties. Last November, the spacecraft, which is more than 15 billion miles from Earth, started sending back strange, unreadable data, and the team has been working ever since to get to the root of the issue. While Voyager 1 seemed to be receiving and executing commands just fine, none of the science and engineering data it sent home made any sense. In April, the team traced the problem to some corrupted memory in the probe's flight data subsystem computer and was later able to get 2 of its instruments sending science data again. Now, all 4 of Voyager 1's instruments are back to sending readable data. Voyager 1 launched in 1977, so the fact that it's still going in any capacity is incredible. But now it can resume its duties directly studying interstellar space. Getty has partnered up with Pixar, a popular photo editing platform, to build an AI image generator that's entirely trained on licensed stock images. The companies are calling it a responsible, commercially safe alternative to current platforms. Images created by the model will have full commercial rights, which should address concerns about AI-generated images violating copyright laws. The service will only be available to paid Pixar subscribers, and the whole thing recalls Adobe's Firefly AI model. That generator is also trained on stock images, though not exclusively. Adobe recently outraged users by updating its terms of service to indicate that it could access and use people's work to train AI models. The company quickly amended the terms of service once the backlash started spreading. Pixar and Getty hope to avoid any backlash by sticking to fully licensed stock images, so regular Pixar users won't be at risk of having their creations snatched up by the model for training and generation purposes. It also looks like Getty is playing fair with this one, for those worrying about the work of professional photographers being co-opted. We reached out to the company, and a rep said that it is compensating creators included in the data set on an annual basis. That's something, at least. The PixArt Getty Images model releases later this year, though there's no concrete launch date. It will be accessible via PixArt's API services. Thanks for listening. There's more to these stories and additional articles at Engadget.com. This episode featured journalism by Weekend editor Cheyenne McDonald and contributor Lawrence Bond, and was voiced and produced by Spoken Layer. Enjoy your day, and I'll be back tomorrow with more tech news from Engadget.